Well, I just thought, I don't know if I've ever done a video like this. Maybe I have. I don't know. It's been a long time since 2020 election. But I was just sitting here and I'm going, Donald Trump's hosting this thing over in, I guess, Palm Beach, April 6th. Big fundraiser. He's got, billionaire hedge fund guy, Paulson, whatever, kind of doing it for him or whatever. He's the guy behind it. Big, like a big wealthy fundraiser event. And I'm like, I haven't quite found that treasure yet in New Mexico. If I had, I might be able to, throw him a freaking bonus. Be on the top list tier of I donated to you, Mr. President Trump. But I haven't found no treasure yet. And again, cryptos aren't going crazy, where we saw, $15 theta kind of thing. And I don't quite have that kind of money. So I did send $750 through two different donations. It's like I did 500, and it's like, you sure you don't want to send a second one? Yeah, maybe I will. But another 250 on the house, and then my bank's calling, automated. Oh, of course. We would like to know if you made this charge. Please listen to all charges before hanging up and confirming. Did you make a charge for $250 too? No. Press 1 for you. Yes, I did. As a matter of fact. And I did 500 before that. But I think because you hit it twice, one after the other, possible fraud. So I'm just saying, this video, maybe you got $5 or $10. Things are tough these days for you. Why? Donald Trump's a billionaire. He just won a media company. Okay, all right. He's the guy that's going to fix all of these problems that we face. Matter of fact, what he did previously from 2020, 16 to 20, 2016 to 2020, you might argue, started this process in a big way. And even if he went away now and never came back, the amount of exposure we've received of the deep state, the fraud, the corruption, from government to, again, P. Diddy and the Hollywood, everything happened under this man's coming into politics, okay? But 2024, you know what I mean? He's coming up. Yeah, he's very wealthy. But, and I know I've said this before, this part. Does that mean he has to pay for the whole effing thing himself? Oh, he's such a nice guy. Let's just let him pay. He's a billionaire anyways. Don't worry about it. He's going to fix your life, and your kid's life, and future children's life by coming up and standing up to the deep state. He was literally selected for this job, and he accepted it. And I'm here to tell you, no one else on earth at this time could be maybe even not even a close second place to what Donald Trump is and what he will do. Okay? Does that mean he has to self-fund himself too? He's going to save the effing planet, because it's not just the U.S. This isn't just another 4-year election. Remember that. This is for all the marbles, planet Earth. It starts here, but again, it's for everything. Does that mean he should have to fund because he's so wealthy? Oh, he's such a nice guy, let him do it. How much money does the average person spend on the way to work? Coffee, McDonald's, whatever, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever your little thing is. Add that up at the end of the month and go, oh, damn, I'm spending $80, $80 a month and just my ride to work, probably more than that. So why I'm telling you this is, you got $100 laying around, you got $20 laying around, 5 or 10 even, if you're really strapped. And I know there's some strapped people, don't get me wrong. I've had people message me, look, Joe, I've been a member of your Patreon for, 3 years, and, I don't want to really leave, but man, things just got real tight right now, and I just got to go away for a little bit. But I'd like to come back later. I just want to let you know They actually let me know on their way out, some of these people, And I'm like, man, you got to do what you got to do, man. And thanks for staying, as long as you did. It's all good, man. You got to do what you got to do. You have to be you first. You come first. Your family comes first. But if you could spare a couple of bucks, I just think it would be the right thing to do to donate to Donald Trump's campaign. Were you getting paid? Are you getting paid? No. No, I'm not. Matter of fact, it just cost me $750. I'm not getting paid nothing. This is because I just know what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And it's like, this guy shouldn't have to pay for every damn thing. He's effing saving the country. Let me help. I don't care if he's got all the money himself. He shouldn't have to pay for it himself. It's like one person going out and paying for dinner all the damn time with you and your friends. Every single time that son of a bitch pays. You know what? Can I pay for once? Hey, man, thanks. You pay all the time. Can I pay? DonaldJTrump.com will lead you right to it because it goes to, I think, WinRed or whatever. Let me just double check. DonaldJTrump.com. Just making sure. Yes, it is. Immediately pops up. Would you like to contribute today? $20, $100, $500, other, $250, $47. Again, 47 present. That's my dog. So, all I'm saying, I'm not pleading, come on, please. No. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. If what I said to you makes sense, and you go, I do have it, and I don't care if he's filthy rich. It's not his job to come out and stop being Mr. Media, real estate mogul guy. Like he said, I could have stayed. I had a beautiful life. Everybody loved me, including these effing deep state people. They loved me. Everybody loved me. Had nothing, prosperous, everything. You think he would have been looked at and lawsuits brought against him with his nonsense of $18 million Mar-a-Lago property? Yet the neighbor next door sold for, I think it was $100-something million or something, some high price. And it's just a little small piece of property with a small house compared to his, It doesn't matter. Do you believe in what he's doing? He's doing something for you and your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids, etc. And it's like, again, you shouldn't just because he has the money doesn't mean he should have to fund the whole effing thing himself and be the guy with all the targets and the arrows and court cases and fake sexual assault nonsense. He's taking one for Team America, big time. Matter of fact, Team Humanity. So I was looking at it initially because I was like, I wonder if I could go to this April 6th thing. Like, shit, donation, right? He's hosting a thing at his, over there. So I started looking. It's like, there's 4 levels of like donations, and like the lowest one I think was $24,000, and the highest one was $800 and something thousand. You get, of course, you put in the history books of Trump of what you donated. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I can pull $24,000 right now to make it to the club, a seat at the table. So I just thought, you know what? So what? I can still sit right here in this, I'm actually sitting in my bed right now, and just donate right on his website, $750. I have a massive home repair job happening right now that I'll just go ahead and tell you because you might be like, holy sh! Is going to cost me, well, I don't even know if I should say it. I don't want to just throw big numbers out there just because it's a huge amount of money. Why? Every now and then it would rain, and when it was windy and raining, a couple little spots, okay, by this, this area of the house, upstairs and downstairs, it looks like that water coming in somehow, like on the wall, like behind the light fixture thing. There's like the paint's coming down, like behind there, and you touch it, it's effing water. Push the paint out of the way. What the hell? Okay, we already had a new roof a few years ago. Trying to figure it out, can't figure it out. Man, I think the stucco's got a couple little cracks up there. Yeah, but there should be protective sheeting and stuff, Yeah, but that's kind of the area, and we got kind of a rotting area by the windows, upstairs. Okay, and there's some of the water was going down to Ian's room downstairs. And it's like, man, what, we gotta get this checked out. So yeah, you got rotting wood and stuff, and as the wood rots, it peels because the wood was just trimming the. It looked like this old Dutch farmhouse thing, and it has a, I guess you call it a turret, like a castle thing turret. It came that way. It's a really cool looking house, custom house someone built a long time ago, actually, like in 1979, I think. But it had changed hands a couple of times, foreclosure, whatever. And then this guy bought it, flipped it, and I bought it from him. But he didn't do the work that I'm about to tell you about. He didn't need to. So this was done prior to him, and I've been here for 7 or 8 years now. So they start peeling back the stucco. There should be a protective sheeting. It's either a plastic or this other material that goes down behind the exterior wood. It ain't there. And not only is it not there, I don't even know. There's supposed to be like this little screening stuff I think they put up too in spots, and maybe that wasn't there either. Like, absolute shit show. Rotting wood effing everywhere because there's no protective sheeting. It was never there. So he's like, it's going to be this much, which was already pretty expensive. But if we got to replace wood, it's just going to go up, and I don't know how much because I don't know how much wood yet. But we decided, yeah, let's go ahead and get pressure treated wood, which you don't normally have to use in a house build, but the bugs don't like it, the termites won't like it, so it's like, yeah, go for it. Yeah, it's a lot more expensive, but again, you're already there doing it. Let's just make this effing thing right. So the more they peel back, okay, we're pretty comfortable now saying the entire effing house, second story, because in Florida, the bottom story, first story, is typically block, concrete block, and then the second story, they'll do wood. If they're doing these cheap-ass apartment complexes, they'll do wood the whole effing thing because they want to save on the money and whatever. It's still up to code, but whatever. Houses, on the other hand, they just typically do blocks, first story, and then wood, second story. That's just common. So that's what we got. And so I'm not really worried about the bottom story, but if you're going to re-stucco the top, and there's a couple little crack marks in the bottom on it, do the whole thing. So they end up tearing the whole thing down. Yep, the entire thing doesn't have this protective sheeting. All of the effing wood, including your soffit, everything, soffits were just old, rotting, this and that. He goes, why don't you put up this like aluminum or whatever that material is, a little thin stuff, and I think it's aluminum sheeting. Let's put that whole thing up and remove the wood. Yeah, sounds good to me. So we're doing that. Got to fix all the wood, which they did. And then at the same time, my wife, man, I really want to get the house checked for mold. We had that big leak over there that one time, and I will tell you that price. And when I saw the work, like the amount of work put in to do it, I'm going $17,000. And then they cut your roof of the shower area, maybe behind the wall. They cut 4 spots in our house to examine, and okay, if there's any mold, well, you can take it out or whatever, spray it with kills in certain spaces. 17,000 effing dollars. Oh, and we don't fix it when we're done. You have to call in a contractor to fix it. Oh, okay, great. So it was minor stuff that they did, and there wasn't even need for a permit for what they did. But the exterior, we needed a permit, which I'm like, well, I'll sign off the thing, let you, you go do that. I'm not messing with that. So the contractor did that. He's handling that. But we got approved. Guy came over. I was talking with him from the county the other day. Yeah, going out because I talked to him before. We're talking a little bit of crypto, and I'm like, market crash is coming, man. Be ready. So went around the house. Oh, they did a good job. Yeah, it's good. Okay. So he approved it, and they went ahead and stuccoed it now because they had the sheeting up, the plastic or whatever the material is, and he's like, yeah, he saw after they did that too. Oh, yeah, they did a real good job, man. So he approved of it. Good deal. They're going to come paint. But you can imagine 17,000, and then I'll just go ahead and be gentle with you and say tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of dollars to do the whole house. But it is what it is. He said, look, if I was building the house, a lot of times it can be cheaper because you're just putting the wood up and you're done. We've got to rip all of this stuff out, put up braces and all this stuff and certain support areas. Take the old wood out, put the new wood in, then remove the brace. It's or some of the bracing was rotting. We got to keep new pieces in there. It's just a total shit show. But what do you do? So I had to pay for it. So sorry, Mr. President, Trump. Little tight on cash at the moment, and so I'm throwing you $750. You know. So, anyways, yeah, I'm not going to the club, the big donor club on April 6th, unfortunately. But I mean, seriously, I might have, if all this didn't happen, I might have considered trying to be on that lower tier just to do something like crazy one day. Like, man, some of the crypto, I've got my bag still, which I've a couple little trades. My bag is sitting there waiting on some cheap XRP, but it's like, I could have grabbed a little something if I needed it. But I'm grabbing a little something if I needed it, pay this shit off right here. And I've paid him half basically so far, so I need to pay him another half. The stuff my wife did, that's already done. But I'm like, well, since you're doing this stuff, you might as well come in and fix the other guy's repairs, and then they got to come in here, fix it all up, new cutouts, where they cut out stuff, put that in there, fix that, paint it, whatever. Again, it wasn't big stuff; it was minor stuff, but it was several little minor, spots where they got to come in, now you got to paint the whole wall, all this stuff, and I'm going, man, 17 grand for that bullshit. And the end of the story was, yeah, you didn't really have much. There was a couple of spots of stuff, more or less rotting wood rather than like mold. Yeah. But if I didn't do it, I would have never, ever heard the end of it from my wife. Never. So I said, well, that's what you want. That's going to make you happy. Then I guess we'll go ahead and do it. And I'll get stuck with the bill. It's usually how that goes since she's a stay-at-home mom. So she did it. We did it. She's happy now. Okay. She feels comfortable, not wondering, is there mold? Is there black mold? It's all good. House is getting fixed up. These guys will be done. Next thing they got to do is paint and finish putting back the screen on the pool enclosure area because I had to peel some of that back to get to that wall. But at least I'm going, okay, at least when it rains and everything, I won't have to worry about freaking water getting in the house and, getting on my son's carpet down there. It's just ridiculous. And it was a kind of a, kind of a lot. At one point, I'm like, man, it's a lot. Like, geez, was getting down there. So, anyways, just thought I'd share that with you for the hell of it. Just, again, if you think you got a couple bucks, DonaldJTrump.com, throw him a bone. At least you'll be able to say in the future, I helped this man get into office, and look what he's done. So the grandkids will know Uncle Billy Bob did that, help, donated to the cause. It's just worth it. But you do you, and I'll do me. I'll just share it with you. So on that note, take it easy.